The supporters of channel member Danny Sabbatical. The rise of the Raging Mackerel begins here, and that is without doubt the greatest nickname in the history of football. We have arrived at Club 2 of our Pentagon Challenge, GSE Samut Songkhram in the Thai League 3 Western Division, more importantly known as the Raging Mackerel. And we need to turn this ship around because we are about halfway through the season. As you can see, we're currently sat in the relegation zone. Now, there is a level that we can be relegated to. So there is a circumstance where we get relegated and don't lose our job. It's not one of those auto sackings. So we're no longer in a bottom tier. That's progress from where we were at Precision Football. But we obviously don't want to get relegated. We want to save the club from relegation this year. That's what the board are looking for. It is a required objective. They also require that we're competitive in the Thai FA Cup, which we've already been knocked out of. So I guess I'm not being judged on that one, but we are being judged on what happens in the Thai League. Obviously, any hope of getting promoted this season is zero. It is all about just trying to survive, and the transfer window doesn't open for a little while, so we can't start throwing our weight around financially. We can start doing transfers. Well, we can start registering players. We've already done a transfer, but we can't register them until the 31st of July, which is still 2 months away. And if we have a look at fixtures, we've got 6 games to play before we can register players. We can then start registering players from the 31st of July, which will mean new players can join us for our final 6 games of the season. But hopefully by then we'll be safe. Like I say, I have already done a transfer. We've signed Osamu Takuchi, who's a 19-year-old Japanese winger with loads of potential. Look at that. We're able to pay salaries. We're paying this kid the amount of money I was earning at Precision, and that's probably our full wage budget there. It's absolutely mad. So he's come in, but we can't use him for 2 months. That's how I realised we couldn't. I signed him and I was like, hang on, I can't register this guy. This is not ideal. So he's sat down in our reserves at the moment, and we'll call him up to the first team when the time comes. So we're having to make do with what we've got, and looking at what we've got, our best player is a defensive midfielder, Yoon Suk-yu. So we're obviously playing a system with a defensive midfielder, and our second best player is Fodchara Chanarong, who's a striker, or could also play as an attacking midfielder. So with our third best player being someone who can play either fullback or on the right wing, we very quickly leaned towards an old faithful, the 4-3-3. We don't quite have all the players we need to do it, but we don't quite have all the players we need to do anything. Our actual first team squad is 12 players. The rest of the bench is being made up by youngsters. So it's not a huge squad. And worryingly, it's not a huge squad, and we're already using most of our wage budget. We're not allowed to move. In fact, we can move some of the transfer budget around. So when the window opens, we might have a fiddle with that. We've got some spare scouting budget as well. But really, we've got to just make do with what we've got. So we're focusing in on wing play. We probably shouldn't have 2 central midfielders on attack. You can tell I put this together late last night when I was a sleepyhead. Look at me using fullbacks rather than wing backs. Goodness me. I'm a changed man. But this is our team for the game against what is presumably our city rivals, Samut Prakan United. Are we all? Yeah, we're both in Samut Songkhram. So I guess we need to find our stadium before we worry about finding anybody else's. So let's go and find the Samut Songkhram Stadium. And you can see just how much we've leveled up compared to when we were in Dubai, because we can find it really easily. Samut Songkhram Provincial Stadium. This is the bit of Thailand that we're in. But if we zoom, you can see there's actually a legitimate football pitch there. They're on Google Maps. They're identified by a sign. I mean, we can put our little man in the middle of the pitch. This is our stadium. This is awesome. I mean, they don't quite know where they're supposed to put the goals, but we haven't, I mean, they haven't finished that. Is that terracing maybe? But we've got floodlights. We've got a pitch that's almost entirely covered in grass, and there is a stand there. So we're real boys. This is a huge step up. And then today's opponents, Samut Prakan United, play at a real stadium, the Lam Phapa Municipality Stadium, which I can also find on Google Maps. There you go. Same city. We can zoom in on them as well. They also have a real football pitch. We can't actually get close to that one. Oh, no, there you go. We've got a blue dot there. So do we get a better picture than this? We do. Which way are we facing? There you go. So this looks like more of an athletic stadium, but there's a stand there still. There's football goals. So this is where they play. How close are they to us? We're not super close to each other. It's an hour and 15 minutes drive. Or if we decide we want to walk it, it's going to take us 17 hours. So despite us being, I guess, in fact, we're not even in the same city. It looks like they're two cities next to each other. That's Samut Prakan, that's Samut Songkhram. And it looks like they're two cities nearby, 80 kilometers between them at either ends of this big wet bit. The Gulf of Thailand, that's called. So, yeah, there we go. That's where we are. And in the interest of me finding somewhere to live, have we got any hotels nearby? No, wrong city. Have we got any hotels nearby here? Oh, there's loads. Oh, look how cheap it is. £15 a night here. This is where we're going to be staying, boys and girls. The Alongkorn Hotel. Which, can we see pictures of that on Google? I mean, that works for me. It comes with dancing females. And, I mean, to be fair, it looks like a generic Premier Inn. Fish in a tank within a tank. This toilet comes with a man with a hat on, which is nice. Plus, is that an anus squirter? That is, I mean, I am going to be clean if I can squirt my anus after going to the toilet. 2 beds separated by a table. This is my kind of place. Tell you what, this is where we're living for £15 a night. And they do towel animals on your bed. You can't argue. Even some secure parking for my car. Boom. I will hang out with those fish in my free time. And now we realise what a good thing we're onto here in Thailand. We need to make sure we can stay for the long haul. So we need to win our football match. So this is our team. We have got Nifon Raging in goal, who's a 29-year-old, 6'4" full-size goalkeeper, 2.5 stars of current ability, signed for us earlier this season and has not been very good at all. Conceded 2 goals a game on average and averaging a 6.1 rating. He might be the problem, even though he's full size. Brahim Sanoun is an Algerian left-back who looks pretty good, 3.5 stars of current ability in his second season at the club, so he's reassuring. And then at right-back, we've got Athipat Sangprakai, who is a right-back with 2.5 stars of current ability, who joined from the amateur league earlier in the season, and again, not exactly covered himself in glory so far. We've got, I mean, he's got a good name. Kevin Barbie is a Tahitian international, 18 caps for Tahiti. Is that what Tahitian is? Tahiti, yes. See, I know countries. He's 30. He's got 3 stars of current ability, and he's been here 3 years. So, I mean, that's proper loyalty. And he partners Yuri Mori at the back, who's a 27-year-old Japanese defender with 3.5 stars of current ability, who again has been here a couple of years. So there's some long-standing players here. How did we do last season? Okay, long-standing players, not necessarily a good thing in this scenario. At the base of the midfield is our best player, Young Suk-yu, 26-year-old South Korean, who's been here a couple of years, previously of the Pohang Steelers, and is wanted by Ubon United. I don't know where they are. That means nothing to me. In front of him in midfield, we have Tepitak Folyuang. I mean, there's a chance I'm saying 1 or 2 of these names wrong, unlikely as that may seem. He's a 29-year-old Thai midfielder, 2.5 stars. Not very good. Definitely an area we're going to look to upgrade. And then we've got Chachai Thongkao, who's a 19-year-old Thai midfielder with good potential, 5 stars of potential. He's someone I'm pinning a lot of hope on to get better. We know up front we've got Chanarong, who is supposedly going to be our main source of goals, despite only scoring 6 goals in 30 appearances in a Samut forget that, in a Raging Mackerel shirt, and he's averaging a 6.6 over those 30 games. He needs to step up if he's going to stick around. And then on the left-hand side, it's a Narrabadin Jampakor, who, again, loads of potential, not fulfilling any of it just yet, but he did come through our youth setup. So he's one of our own. He's one of our own. Narrabadin Jampakor. He's one of our own. That's how the song goes. I've heard them sing it already. And then we've got Watana Klomjit, who's a 29-year-old Thai right midfielder who can't play right wing. Love that. 4 stars of current ability means he's going to learn. Can also play fullback on either side, but we're definitely going to be playing him on that right wing. He joined us at the start of this season and hasn't been any good yet. Obviously, this is our first game. I've not seen these boys play yet. Let's see if they're any good. Like I say, we only had 12 players to choose from. I am going to learn fairly quickly which ones that I maybe need to pull up from the youth setup. We've got them all on the bench today. And if any of them come on and look good, then we'll definitely be looking to add players into the first team mix. I mean, I tell you what, straight away, this feels like a step up in quality from where we've been. We've just had 2 passes that have found our players. I think we have fallen on our feet here and entered a world of football that is a level above where we were previously. Corner comes in, aiming for Mori at the far post and can't find him. Now, I'm not saying we're necessarily going to be a good team in this league and in this world, but it looks like we might have reached a level of Football Manager where the game works. And part of the problem we had with Precision was that the players were so bad with their 1s and 2s as their attributes that they couldn't actually function in the match engine, which is why we saw such random results and bananas stuff going on, and tactics didn't really work, and players would constantly give the ball away, and we had so many just comedic moments of absolute nonsense. If we've managed to advance to a level where we can meet some minimum standards, I mean, if you look at the attributes of this guy, I mean, he's not Premier League ready, is he? But these aren't 1s and 2s. He's actually got some attributes. There's actually something that differentiates him from the player who's not as good as him. Whereas at Precision, the best players still had 1s and 2s for everything. So there wasn't really anything to separate the best players from the worst players, which is why it descended into chaos. So hopefully, with some actual footballers, we can become an actual football team, and what a goal that is! To start my life with the Raging Mackerel. That is wonderful stuff. First goal of the season for him as well. I mean, it's a good goal. I mean, that will probably be recorded as from a set piece, but I'm not having it. There's like 8 touches since the corner there. That's just a very good goal. I mean, what a finish. And we're 1-0 up, boys and girls. We're charging out of the relegation zone already. Local derby, I mean, we're 80 kilometres away. Localish derby. Football Manager certainly thinks we're in the same city. Maybe it is the same city. Thailand, quite a large country compared to the UK. So maybe 80 kilometres is nothing. Maybe that is one city that's somehow 80 kilometres from one side to the other. If that's the case, it's going to take some getting used to. I'm glad I've got those fish to keep me company in the hotel. But importantly, we're winning. And now we're attempting a longish throw. We've got a guy called Kevin taking a long throw. I already feel at home here. This is my forever club. It's not my forever club. This is a Pentagon challenge. Even if we stayed here long enough to win the Asian Champions League, which we won't. Obviously, we can't win the European Champions League from Thailand. But it's a club where I can see myself being comfortable for a year or two and maybe actually starting to have some success. Oh, look at that. We're 2-0 up. And our 2 best players are the ones who've got the goals as well. These are the 2 4.5, 5-star players. They've both stepped up and done goals. In fact, it's not Foldwang who scored the goal. I thought it was this guy. It's not Yun Suk Yu. How do I forget the guy called Suk Yu? But I do know Chainarong is the striker who we need to start getting some performances out of, and it looks like he's delivering one. Right. We want to get to know the squad. Let's see what we've got down on the bench. So the only other player who's in the first team squad who's somehow missed out today is this guy. Everybody else is young players. So he's an easy one to bring on. Although he's not, because these 2 have been the 2 best players on the pitch, so they're staying on. Do we have someone who can come on the right wing? Klomjit's not having a very nice time. We have got Watana Photong, who's got 5 stars of potential. You know what? Get him on. Get him on. Let's focus on some youth. Have we got a right back? Are you any good? 4.5 stars of potential. Get involved, young man. How many subs are we allowed? 5. Well, let's bring on a left back as well. Have we got one? Yes, we have. 5 stars of potential. Get involved. This is like stepping up from the National League North to Real Madrid. It feels like that much of a difference. This is bananas. And we're playing quite well also, which is jolly nice. I'm loving life in Thailand already. They're trying shenanigans here. I mean, that's a very good goal, and we were so flat and didn't really seem equipped in any way to deal with what's just happened there. If we end up not winning after all my superlatives, they've only had 2 shots in the entire game. Right, we need to take off our left winger. We have got one on the bench. This is he. He's got 5 stars of potential. I'm starting to take this 5-star potential thing with a pinch of salt. But you know what? It's fine. Do we have a centre-back to bring on? We do. There he is. He's 5'4". It's not going to go wrong. Let's get him on. We're not taking off Barbie. That would be madness. Barbie stays on because he's called Kevin. They've had 1 shot on target and scored it. If we somehow throw this away, it might be a sign of disasters to come. Right, we've got a corner. Don't be doing a pervert corner. They haven't. They've got it into that near post. But considering our centre-back's 5'4", I imagine we weren't that much of a threat from it. There is Sukyu. Back to Foldwang, who's already scored 1 excellent. I tell you what, he's got a curling shot on him. He's scored 1. He's hit the post with another one there. And he seems very lively in the second phase of play following a corner. Get the ball to him on the edge of the area. He loves a long shot. I think he's going to score a few goals this year. No, not like this. Oh, can we have the final whistle now, please, ref? I mean, I've enjoyed this. I really don't want to leave with a sour taste in my mouth. Oh, we've won a football match. It's been so long. I'm loving Thailand. I'm loving the Raging Mackerel. Promotion this year. Come on now. So next up, we have bottom of the league, Krung Pon Bur, who haven't won a game all season. Surely we make it 2-2. And we're making it 2-2 of being able to find clubs on the map. So this time we're just kind of on the edges of Bangkok. And here they are. If we zoom all the way in, that is another actual football pitch. It does say that they're permanently closed. I beg to differ. We're playing them today. Can we get a close-up look? I mean, it looks like we can get as far as the car park. And there is the pitch. It's a decent level of football. I mean, I've been to non-league stadiums. I've been to non-league clubs in England where that's been their setup. So they've got a little blue building. I guess that's where we're going to get changed into our little football costumes. This is awesome. I love it here. As far as the team goes, we've just made the one change. Komatsu, the only other first team squad member, does come into the midfield with the youngster Thong Kiao dropping down to the bench. I've promoted a few of these guys up into the first team squad as well. And we've still got some more of the youngsters who are just here on work experience for the day. But I mean, looking at the league table and looking at the way this lot have played all season long, we've got to be thinking in terms of 2 wins in 2 and really starting to have a charge up this league table. That's the goal here. They are playing a flat back 7, which is utterly hideous. But we've got a good striker. We saw him do a goal in the last game. We scored another good goal from a set piece. We haven't had a shot yet in the first half of the first half, but we're not going to let that get us down. We're a good team. Samut Sakon, is that another Samut? How many Samuts are there? They've gone ahead in their game. I thought that was the team we just played. It wasn't. Right, here is Komatsu. His first start under Kev's leadership. And there's Foldwang, who we've seen score a beauty in the last game. He was going for another one. He's trying to make himself a hero already. And maybe that was a little bit too far out to be shooting from. But goodness me, he gave it a good go, didn't he? And I mean, it's the only proper chance we've had in that first half, and we've not created a huge amount there. Maybe we need the fire of a local derby to get us up for these kind of matches. But I guess part of the battle will be just not losing. if we can just avoid losing, because this team's lost a lot of football matches already this season, if we can avoid losing and maybe start bumping up some of those average ratings from the 6.1s they were when I arrived, it's all progress. We're not expecting to get ourselves into a promotion push in the second half of this season. There's not enough matches left to do it. We just need to make sure we don't get relegated and start putting together a squad that can maybe do something next year. That's the plan, because obviously the idea for this Pentagon Challenge is to, you know, win some things at some point. So we do have to be thinking in terms of, right, we need to get this team promoted next season. Stay up this year, promoted next year. That needs to be how we handle these smaller clubs early on in the save. We can't lose against this lot. They've not won a game all year. I should never have started talking about promotion. That first match has lulled me into a false sense of security because it went so well. I don't want to see who was at fault for the goal. I'd rather not know. We're going attacking. We're demanding more. And this drags us right back into the relegation mix, which is a mix we want no part of. How can we play so well in a local derby and then gift a team their first win of the season? We're more than halfway through as well. It's not like we're 3 games in and it's their first win of the season. They've gone more than half the season not winning a football match. And here we are letting them beat us. Oh my word, that was a wicked deflection that nearly wrong-footed everybody. It comes back off the post, but we've shown that we've got a little bit of something going forward. Cross comes in. That's surely a penalty. That is a penalty, and now we have the opportunity to get our equaliser. It's going to be suck you to take. And fingers crossed, we're about to draw level in what I'm definitely calling a must-win match. And he scored. I think we leave it on attacking. We want to win. It's not enough just to not lose. We want to win. I'm getting choked up about it. I'm getting emotional. I've got kettle chips dangling in the back of my throat, causing a tickle. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to break one of my personal rules and have a little sip of my beverage. We're not sponsored by Coke, but if they're interested. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's got rid of the crisps that were stuck. I've just had my lunch. That's my excuse. I've just had my lunch and I've got crisps on the back of my throat. Right. Komatsu in midfield. I mean, I don't know what he's tried to do there. I've just said in the last match there's going to be less of that. Clearly, there'll still be a bit of that. Just aimless nonsense that I don't even really know what he was trying to do. In other news, in the 2 weeks that have passed between these 2 matches, we have now got a full complement of staff at the club. We've got a director of football in. We've got an assistant manager. We've got some scouts. We've got the best backroom staff in the league. And hopefully that will start to make a little bit of a difference going forward as well. We are only 6 weeks out from being able to start registering players. So at that point, we're certainly going to be looking in terms of getting in the free transfers and hopefully starting to improve this team. Right, we don't have anyone on the bench who can come on and play right back. In fact, he can drop back and play right back. He's not playing well at all on the right wing. And we have this youngster who's got 5 stars of potential. We may as well stick him out on the right wing if the guy who's playing there isn't going to do his job properly. Komatsu hasn't looked all that, has he, from the start? So we can bring the youngster on for him again. And now we've got a chance from the edge there. Is this my boy? It's not. It's Suck You. I thought it was going to be Fol Yuang. Suck You, what a goal! Oh, that's why he's our best player. I mean, the penalty, it was a good penalty. That free kick was a work of art, though. That is a stunning free kick. We only score good goals and penalties. That's the way of the Raging Mackerel. Drop back to positive. This has been quite the turnaround. We'll take our 3 points and run for the hills now. Thank you very much. It's a little bit of a mugging, but we don't mind it. Right. We've got a left back we can bring on. We need to keep things fresh. And then we have got another midfielder who can come on. This is another of our youngsters. We've just promoted him from the youth setup. I mean, look at him, 16 years old. He's an attacking midfielder by trade. We're training him to play central midfield. But for a 16-year-old to be that good, he's the kind of player we're not going to keep around for very long, is he? But it's always worth having a little look in the dev centre. And here we go, on the attack again. It's still Fol Yuang on at the moment, and he's given the ball away. And can we not? Can we not? Right, this is going to be a big test of our 6'4" goalkeeper. Let's see if he's any good, shall we? I mean, we've seen he's not. But maybe he's good at saving penalties. Maybe this is his one unique skill. And it isn't. He doesn't even extend his arms. He's just curled up on the floor there. I would have had a better chance of saving that penalty, and I really never used to like diving to my left when I was a kid, but I'd have given it a go. Right, we've gone attacking again. We're demanding more. We've got that 16-year-old on to see if there he is, see if he can conjure something up with all his mad football skills in midfield. And there is Chainarong trying to lay it off to our winger Jampakor, and fails miserably. And it's lumped forward. And once again, we are under threat of letting a really rubbish team back into a match. Well, they are back in it. It's 2-2 at the moment. They'll be loving this. It's like their cup final drawing with us. We need to win. Chainarong's in, and surely, is he onside? There's no flag up, no VAR here. I mean, it looked very questionable from my vantage point in that blue cabin we saw before, but I'm not going to raise my concerns. I'll take the goal. I mean, he's got to be offside. Shh. It's 3-2. That's all that matters. It's all that matters. It's 3-2. I mean, it is a mugging. We have been very poor defensively. We've let them in twice for pretty comfortable goals. And there's a 4-4 draw going on up here. It's a league of madness. This only takes us 4 points clear of the relegation zone as well. We needed those 2 wins, because anything other than that, and we'd have been right down involved in relegation come the end of this episode. And that is not where we want to be. But that is huge. We've come in, we've won 2 matches. The club have actually won 3 of the last 5 now. We're probably one of the form teams in the league. Can we have a look? Let's have a look at the form table. Look at us. Champions League, here we come. We'll come back when the transfer window is open, and I'll show you what goodies I've been able to procure. But if you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.